Welcome to another episode of CowTech. I'm your host, Adam Ross, and to my virtual left, Tyler. What is going on?
Hey, happy holidays, everybody, and same to you, Adam.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everyone. I got a whole bunch of people tuning in, which I appreciate it because I know how hectic the holiday season can be. And hopefully some of you guys got some Christmas goodies under the tree that were CowRC-related, because a couple people actually sent me some pictures, so I will share them a little bit later. But I did post it in the fan page just in case somebody has some stuff. They can throw it up in that chat. And who knows,
let's see it.
Might make the show.
Well, hopefully you guys got some cool stuff, because if you guys have questions, if it's something new to you guys that you're like, hey, how do I lubricate this? How do I clean this? Let us know. We're happy to help.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we got some exciting news, and some news that unfortunately I wasn't able to get to the States multiple times this holiday season so far, but I do have the Turbo Mini. The Turbo Mini.
Plastic Mini Turbo.
And I don't have it in my hands. Like, I want it so bad so I could share it with you guys, but you'll have to tune in to the next show.
Well,
I know, in order to see it. But I'm excited. I even left the rug carpet on my touring car for the last session.
Really?
So I could do a demo, but I'll have to take care of that and use it for next show for sure. But excited about that, and looking forward to showing it off to all you guys that are excited to see a brand new product come to the line.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and the nice thing, I'd say the cool thing about what we're doing is we've got about 3 days left on our holiday discount, for the holidays, right?
Let me bring that up. Yeah, I'll throw it on the screen real quick.
So, talk about getting, some good deals on some stuff, right? So, we've got now through, Wednesdays, New Year's Eve, right? So that's December 31st. So now through the end of the day on Wednesday, you get 10% off, but you also get a bunch of cool little goodies, on here as well. So make sure, when you go through and you purchase, the prices are going to be, after discount and before shipping. So, when you go up to $75 as an example to get your free gift, it's not going to include the shipping. So it has to be, $75 of product, at the time of the discount. So just keep in mind as you're purchasing that, the products, the free gifts will not show up in the cart, but they will get there. But just keep track of, how much you're spending and where all that's coming from when you order. But now that's going on through the 10% off through Wednesday, the 31st. So as Adam was talking about, get yourself one of those on the pre-order of the Jet Blaster Mini Turbo. Get yourself some additional discount already off of that, that pre-order discount price.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome sale, and it's obviously the last one of the year. Yeah. And who knows, maybe you just got money for Christmas and it's burning a hole in your wallet. And what better place to spend it than there? And once you see what Tyler has to show us for the build, it's going to be pretty cool. The Arrma build is definitely coming along. And if you want to get your tickets, man, don't forget about supporting the charity. I'm going to throw up a little graphic.
It's disassembled.
Yeah. So
pretty much
obviously we want to make it as easy as we can to get your tickets. So right above me, I think somewhere around here, I just got the QR code. Anytime you can scan that and it'll bring you right to get the charity build tickets. And we do appreciate all the support coming through on that.
Yeah, and the other thing we want to excited about talking about is the new folding pit lamp, right? Yeah. So, you guys remember the one that we've been selling with the, wireless charging, the USB charging port. So we've actually got some new, product. Well, I should say it's going to look exactly the same, right? So they'll still have the skins available, but a lot more power on it. So we've got, kind of giving you some specs on it. It's the identical look of what you have if you already have one. You'll see them both on the website. The existing one is still for sale, and the new one is on there as well. We'll eventually phase out, the old one and phase into the new one. But it'll be 25% more wattage. than the existing one, which is a ton, which is basically, it was 8 watts, and now it's going to be 10 watts of power. Doubled the USB output for the Volant. So when you're charging, it's double. So it was at 5 watts.
It'll be 10 now, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so that's huge.
Right. And the best part is now it has USB-C on it. So we got it, updated with the technology. So you're really getting a lot more power. And right now, it's on sale pre-order it's $2 more on the pre-order sale than the old one that we've been selling. So, go on there, take a look at it. Just compare all of those, statistics that I just talked about are on the website. They'll talk about, hey, this is what it was. This is what it is now. So that way you have a kind of a comparison, and you can kind of, value, what the different price is. But yeah, it's, that's the pre-order right now. I don't know how long the pre-order is going to continue for. We usually run those for a little bit, but, don't sleep on it. Honestly, with the pre-order, and whether you use the holiday discount or you use the Cowtech discount code, you can still add that to the pre-order discount. So, yeah, that's the headlamp there.
Yeah, I'm adding that to the cart for me.
Hey, you can shop on your own time.
Yeah. Like, it's so easy to do. That's all you got to do. But the cool thing is,
shipping. Yes, and I'm sorry, I didn't finish reading my notes here. They'll be shipping the end of February, so you do have some time for the pre-orders. We don't have when the pre-order ends, but they will be shipping the end of February. So right now, you're getting 20% off of that lamp.
And I like the cool thing. Obviously, all the skins that you've been accustomed to all fit on graphic wise and stuff like that. So it is definitely super cool. You know what? No, he hooked us up with the hoodies. And man, dude, I've been rocking this at the track. It's great because we're freezing up here in Canada. So not only do I have the hoodie, I also have the bomber jacket here too, which is no, this is on the website, and you can see the graphics all match up and everything like that. But no, the hoodie is not available yet, but we're hoping to talk Heath into hopefully getting a Cowtech specific one and putting it up on the website for you guys, because I know there have been quite a few questions about the hoodie, not only online but at the track as well. And even the graphics on the hood all match up. It's literally the whole print is awesome. So it doesn't matter what angle they're trying to sneak photos of you from, you're going to look the part for sure.
Oh, and thanks, Heath, for answering the question I was trying to answer, is the pre-order. So pre-orders, for any of the products generally hit are going until they hit the site 1 to 2 weeks out from hitting the store. So you've got, so I said end of February, so probably mid-February. You have take advantage of that pre-order discount on those folding pit lamps. Yeah,
and he says that, hey, stay tuned, man. He might bring them. He's a couple of people have been asking about it. Yeah, honestly, it was an awesome gift that he sent to the team guys that are on the staff. And he was nice enough to even hook up my wife. So now when we go out, we're matching as well. And she loves getting her nails done and stuff like that and showing off the CowRC love. And now she gets to do it in the proper garb.
Well, maybe we need to do, here later this winter season, we've got so many cool, winter apparel from CowRC. We should do another apparel show where we're showing off our t-shirts, and, we already did the windbreakers and the bomber jackets, but we've got hats too. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff. So it's been a while since we've done that.
That is a great idea, actually.
And plus, actually where I'm at now, it's almost 70 degrees. So it's like springtime now. I'm pumped.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, we've been asking about the merchandise for a while now, and for Heath to finally get us the Cowtech shirts, I was blown away, because it's just a great theme, and because of you guys doing the chats, doing the questioning, making the show that much more amazing. Right now on Instagram, we got 21 people watching. We got on Facebook 32, and I'm sorry I don't have the YouTube numbers right now, but we appreciate everybody tuning in all the time. You guys make our weekend, and unfortunately, temporarily, we're only going to be bi-weekly. There's no going to be an other weekend show. We had Steve doing the other show, which he did a phenomenal job. And he's got a little something sneaky up his sleeve for the next one, kind of opposite to us. So I'm looking forward to you guys being able to see who's got that for sure.
Well, yeah, you guys have been nice enough to keep watching us for 74 episodes. So, we only have 26 left until Heath gets on. I guess maybe 25 because the 100th is when he's on. So just keep it going. He's already squirming about it.
Yeah. So right now, so we're almost at 100 viewers live right now, which man, we couldn't have done it without you guys.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you.
20 plus there. And you know what? Since we got this many viewers right now, I'm just going to bring up the giveaway for tonight just to make it so people can start commenting on it now. Let me just add it to the screen. Super easy. We are going to be going over 2 different types of mousse lick today. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out, but it's going to be part of our special build, preparing it for the giveaway, which the scan code is right above. But please just get in mousse lick. There you go. There is the first entry right there. All right. So now that we got them starting to come in, we will pop it off. But yes, definitely thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, though, Instagram users, you do have to go to either YouTube or Facebook and hashtag there. I do see you commenting in Instagram. Unfortunately, it does not work. And I just found out a better way to get us on Instagram with better graphics. So we will hopefully have that fixed and dialed for you guys by next episode.
Very cool. Yeah, it's always neat how we're technology is being re-evolutionized and we're kind of improving things as we go. So I mean, we barely had a background. All our graphics were kind of just okay. We've been adding the discount codes, just kind of like a little bit more. I think we have some other tricks up our sleeve too, make our show a little bit better and flow a little bit, smoother. Adam's super efficient behind the controls. So he makes it happen, but I think we can throw some other goodies at it too.
Absolutely. I'm excited about what the new tools actually offer. And there's a couple new streaming platforms that we're going to entertain. And we'll probably just throw it up there and try it. We're not really sure how it's going to go, but I'm going to work with Heath to get them created. And even if we just get 1 or 2 viewers here and there, I'm sure over time it'll grow because my kids are calling me old being on this Facebook and YouTube. And they got these new platforms that are pretty cool. And unfortunately enough, they actually work with StreamYard. So we're going to try and go across multiple platforms. And the cool thing is the chats are integrated into it for us for the hashtags to win as well. So that is
that's cool.
Perfect. Yeah. So it'll make it a little bit better. But obviously, before we get into the build, do we want to show off the new university link? Yeah.
Speaking of, re-evolutionizing stuff is getting into our little pro tips in our Cow University, in our, we've got the full courses and we got the mini course. But throw up that new one. So if you guys haven't seen this, at the top of the main page on the banner at the very top, you'll see university on it. And so Adam's scrolling through the different courses. So these videos are professionally done. This is way above our pay grade, right? This has nothing to do with Adam or I. This is professionally made videos, goes through very, specific details about things. So, the cool thing is, on YouTube, you can always go back and check out Adam and I on any of our other episodes. But, there's a lot of episodes to go through, right? And so it's kind of clunky to kind of figure out, okay, what episode did Adam and Tyler talk about, the mouse pads, right? And so it's a little hard to do that efficiently. So what we did is we came up with kind of another avenue to show you guys different, very hot topics, like this one, understanding loose liquid oil and grease. Yeah, why don't you let it play?
All right, let's see if we can get this to work.
First glance, RC oil and grease in an aerosol may sound unconventional. However, this enables us to provide some very clear advantages in our product's formulation.
Like, look at that content. Like, that's pro.
Yeah. It is professional.
When allowed to cure, a unique foam reaction provides incredible penetration and tight tolerances.
I'm not good.
Accepts an applicator tube. The restricted smaller hole releases less product at a faster rate.
That's awesome. videography.
That's good video right there to get in that close, because my camera's not showing off that detail.
No, I don't have cameras that good.
Both sprays feature a pressure-sensitive valve to aid in regulation. A slow and controlled release allows a small amount to dribble out, and using your thumb is typically more effective. It's important to take your time to find the sweet spot. As
I need those tips.
I mean, yeah, using your thumb. Yeah, oh, there, I was the one on the right.
There you go.
So all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, and so we have a bunch of those different universities, or the full courses or the mini. That was one of the mini ones. That was the latest mini one in December. So just check those out periodically. I think they come out about once a month, maybe once every other month. So just check them out. Really, really cool. All of them are equally that, well put together, and just go over different topics. So, you'll probably learn something from them.
And they're so short and sweet. And you've seen the way he's doing the application. If you can master that, you are a CowRC pro. I'm saying, because I'm still working on that and trying to get my thumb to be as accurate as them. Like, watch what Tyler does it today. It's going to be fun to doing that, because he gets to work on the new build, which man. As you guys, well, you know what? I don't know if I can pull this up. I'm going to try and pull up a graphic as well, because a lot of people know kind of what we're doing, but kind of not. And this gives so much detail. So right above Tyler now, you'll see the charity build graphic. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows the body now. Yeah.
Well, there's that.
Everybody knows the body. That's
what comes with.
One. Right. But obviously, we got to step it up, CowRC style. And we got to give you a little something special. And I'm super stoked to be able to share this with everybody once we do the reveal. And I know we're going to have a guest coming up in the next show, which will be able to kind of show off a little bit more than what we can today. But you can tell just by the profile there that you'll get a good guess of what it could potentially be.
And why don't you show them on the website where we can go, and I'll kind of go through a little bit on the Operation 11 Charlie charity build donation process, right? Perfect. So like Adam said, you can click on that QR code at the top corner of the screen, and it'll take you right to the website. But if you're not interested in doing that and you want to go on the website, this is kind of how you go to do that. So if you go back, if you go all the way down to the bottom on the left-hand side, it says O11C Charity, charity truck. And so that's how you're getting to it, right? And so here's kind of how you go through it. So you've got different denominations. Of a $5 donation will get you 1 entry ticket. $25 donation gets you 6 tickets. And a $100 donation gets you 30 tickets. So this grand prize that we're talking about here with the Arrma Limitless 120, it's going to be over $1,500 worth of things for this vehicle, right? I mean, you guys know how you guys can go look how much the vehicle costs just basically off the shelf. But we're also putting on custom body, which is what Adam is talking about there. So you got that profile, which we're being very secretive of. So it's going to be one of a kind paint job and one of a kind skins on this thing. So this is, you are not allowed to, you will not be able to purchase any of this stuff. You can't go to the creator and say, hey, can you print me off a sheet for mine? Not going to happen. He will not sell it.
Yeah.
This is it. So you're going to have a one-of-a-kind, body. Obviously, it's coming with the body and everything that it comes with, in the vehicle. But plus, you're going to get $500 worth of CowRC products. So it's basically a win-win, right? So last year we had we were a little shy of $2,000 when we did our charity build giveaway for Operation 11 Charlie. So our new goal is over 2,000 this year. So we're well on our way. And you guys have been very good.
Guys, honestly, like you guys killed it. That opening show, man, it was a blessing, especially having the Operation 11 Charlie guys on board, so you guys could actually see what the whole deal was, and the reason why we have been doing this, and kind of show the benefit of how the money actually gets used for the veterans real time. Not only do they get to use the money to make special courses and events and get them out, but you've seen the products and the CowRC items right in the VIA, I think is what they called it. And like you've seen the vets show up and they build real time. And then they have, I think Jeremy up on the screen doing it with the walkthrough, which is awesome.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's a fantastic. If you guys have ever been, around this organization, that it's traditionally a crawling oriented group of veterans and leaders, and it's great to see these folks, have a radio in their hand, using an RC that they've never used before. So, what all of this donation money? So, to kind of back up a little bit, CowRC is donating 100% of the proceeds. It is not recouping anything for the Limitless. It's not recouping anything for the products. The skin's nothing. So 100% of all your donations goes directly to Operation Love and Charlie. There's nothing other than that. It's just that simple. And so what those funds do is they provide trip, financing for people, veterans to attend events for themselves or their families. Stay in a hotel while they're there, and then also the RC vehicles themselves. So a lot of this stuff gets donated. Some people, on this, Jerry Burris, he donates a lot of products, RC, RTRs, kits, parts to Operation 11 Charlie. So that's also a way you can do that. But your funds also go to, purchasing them a vehicle, helping them maintain it, setting up technology for folks like Jeremy Kilburn to do, the online classes and teach them. And really what this is, this isn't like a group of people who are RC enthusiasts. This is a group of people who share a common passion for the military, but need some help adjusting to civilian life, and that's through RC. So that's the great part about it. I've been around them. Adam's been around them. It's just a
my
great
wife
group
just
of people.
Commented too. Yeah, like they
great people.
were amazing. And you want to talk about having gourmet food out in the middle of nowhere? Hit these guys up, man.
Bunch of military guys cooking out in the field. They know what they're doing. So
yeah, they
yes. So it's a fantastic organization to donate to. And the other thing before I go off this subject and we get into building is so we're kind of doing up in the ante a little bit and encouraging a little bit more donations. So there's going to be 2 second place prizes. One is going to be a SEX 24, which is what I have. I don't have it in front of me, but you've probably seen it before. And then what Adam has, which is the Micro T, the Low C Micro T. So those two are going to be second place prizes and are going to be only for people who purchase the $100 donation bundles. So if you've done a donation already or thinking about a donation of $100. So if you've donated $100 in that bundle, so it does not count if you do like 4 $25 bundles. It has to be the $100 bundles. Yeah. So if you have or are going to donate a $100 bundle, you will be automatically entered into a separate drawing to win one of those 2 24 scale vehicles that we just talked about. So keep that in mind as you're donating. It's just another kind of push to help us make our goal and to spread some
benefit for
love.
You guys too, because it's just more chances to win. Mm-hmm. And not only that, I know Tyler's going to have something super cool for his. I'm equally going to have something as cool.
Yes.
I'm going out to the Belleville races coming up shortly, and I'm going to be running the small Micro T. And again in a few seconds. My Google Home was thinking I was talking to it instead of you guys. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to be running the Micro T at the Bellevue events again. And honestly, it's such a great time. And I'm hoping to debut the new body that's going to be custom with it. So you get the stock body and a custom painted body that's going to go to the winner. And you're going to see exactly how well protected the inner gears were. And if you were following along with the builds earlier in the year, me and Tyler both ripped them apart live on the show. Mm-hmm. And you'll see that it was the one in July. So if you are scrolling back, it was back in July this summer. And I did the graphite. Yeah, the graphite for the first time was on that build for me. And then for the gears inside, it was the first time I didn't use Utter Butter. I used the grease. So, and you're going to see Tyler using the Moose Slick grease this show a little bit later on his build. So yeah, it's super cool to show how much performance you picked up from having thicker grease in those gears with such a small micro vehicle. And we now know that some people are using just full-on graphite in there to get the ultimate in performance, but just be prepared to have to work on it a little bit more. But we got options, and Tyler's going to show it off.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, let's get into this thing. So, I think there are, the last part of the show is we're going to kind of show you, where we've gotten. I've got various Limitless pieces all over the place. Thank you, Adam, for putting up the camera. So what we basically did last episode, if you missed us, we did the unboxing, right? So we showed, took it out of the box, held it up, and now it's in pieces. So I got a front assembly here. I got a rear assembly here. I've got a rear diff, and I've got a center diff here, and we've got some wheel hub assemblies. So there's a method to all this madness, and really the point that we're going through here is showing everybody, not only is this RC cool, is how are we going to make it cooler and more reliable, with the CowRC product. So that's kind of what we're going to go through right now. And I'm going to show you how some of these products work, and why we're doing certain things. So Adam, if you see some questions coming up, stop me, and we'll kind of just start addressing them as they go. So what I'm doing here is I've got the rear diff, right? And you can kind of see how here, I'll move this away so it's a little more clear. This is the grease that was on it.
Hardly
it's
any.
Like nothing. It's like, I mean, it's got something on it, but it's not a whole lot. I'll show you kind of. So this is the rear diff. It's probably not going to show up. The light's not that great. I'll show you on this one that might show up a little better. But you kind of see this glob of grease just kind of sitting here. This is the type of stuff that you get. We talk on the show about, an RTR isn't really ready to run. It's just there, right? It might be ready to run for a little bit, but it's not going to last you long enough. So, we want to make sure that, don't take for granted when you purchase a brand new RC, that's they're so fun, is super excited to take it out of the box and run it right away. But hold yourself back a little bit and spend a little bit of time going through and clean it up, lubricate it properly, making sure it even has lubrication on it. I mean, this isn't a bad, horrible. It's not great, but I've seen way worse, and honestly, the quality of grease is not as great, right? So what we're going to do here real quick is we're going to take the MooClean Clear and Degreaser, right? So we're going to take this and we're going to get all this old grease off of this diff so we can start applying new grease. And what I'm going to do here is just take it and give a little spray. And this stuff will take out, I've said this before, one of my favorite products that CowRC sells. It's obviously 100% electronic safe. Can be used to prep Lexan bodies, even hard bodies. You can put, obviously prepping your bodies, put stickers on them, prepping surfaces for, servo tape for your receivers, your ESCs, things like that. So this basically what it's doing is removing all grease imperfections. I mean, we use it on prepping tires and wheels before gluing. So there's so many different applications, that you can use this product for, including removing trash grease from a diff. So here we go. Pretty darn nice, right? So we're going to do something, I would say different, but a little different, right? So we've talked a lot about, putting udder butter on gears. And I'm going to do a different color cloth here because it's a little bit easier to see. So a lot of times we'll put udder butter on our gear diffs, right? Yeah. And udder butter is great for longevity. You're not going to have the udder butter is not going to spin off, it's not going to flick off. You're going to have some stiction. It's going to last for a long time and give you really proper lubrication. With an application like a speed run car, this is going to give you, I guess, a lot more. It's going to be a lot more tacky, and it's not going to run as free when you're running at high speeds. So what we're going to do, right? Yeah, you're going to have more friction because you're going to have, or stiction, because you're going to have a thicker product, right? So if you haven't, seen udder butter before, This is what it is, right? It's a grease. It's a kind of like a butter, right? So it's going to just have more friction. So what we want to do is create speed, but we want to have lubrication, right? So what some guys are doing is kind of going the opposite, which we're going to kind of go in the middle. So the opposite of the Udder butter is the Mousse Slick ultrafine graphite coating. So this is going to, and I'm going to show you how this works on some other parts. So we're not going to use this either because this is going to give you lubrication, but you're going to have to reapply it a lot. So when you're going this fast, it's going to wear a lot faster, but it's also going to give you a lot less resistance. So you get some give and take. So what we're kind of doing is, since this is going to be built for somebody who we don't know who owns it, we kind of want to go happy middle, right? So what we're doing is the Mousse Slick ultralight grease coating. This is what we're applying today on this rear diff gear. So what I'm going to do, again, using your thumb, I'm going to apply around here like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit. Now, obviously, I'm going to start, basically reassembling this thing right away because of what we're doing on the show. But what you're going to want to do in reality is you're going to want to make sure this stays, it cures, right? So you want to build it up, let it get a little bit thicker. And this is going to give you a ton of lubrication, but it's also going to give you less resistance. So when we're doing speed run cars, this is where kind of your ticket is what we think, a little bit more stability on less maintenance, but giving you less resistance.
It's the best of both worlds. It's like in the middle, right? So
it is.
You're going to have like the protection you come to expect from the Udder butter, but you're also going to get increased performance, but you're not maxing it out like the graphite. The graphite is the ultimate in speed, but like he was saying, you're going to have to reapply that multiple times. And when I get into the micro, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of what he means by that and how frequent you would want to reapply the graphite for sure. Now, you do have a demo for graphite as well today.
I do. I've got a couple of them. So I'm going to do the quicker demo right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw up my box here, my demo, graphite demo box. Let me get it in here a little bit. As you can see, I use this pretty frequently. And so the reason I do this is so you can see all the black overspray, right? This is how the graphite comes out. Yeah. So you want to make sure, stay away from your white mats, stay away from your mouse pads, everything.
Your custom graphic sweaters and hoodies.
Yeah. Stay away from everything. So because this stuff is going to come out, and it's black, right? It's kind of essentially comes out like spray paint. So you hear, it has a ball, the rattle can, right? And so the secret to this, and I'm gonna try to shake this up a lot, because it doesn't matter if you shake it up ahead of time, it will just all sit. And so what this is graphite, right? And graphite is basically a fine powder. That's why it's ultra fine. So there's graphite that you can buy for automotive uses for the same type of lubrication, right? And the reason we have ultra fine is because we have ultra fine parts, right? We have small gears, we have small spaces, and things need to fit in. So what you have to remember when you have this, you have to shake it up a ton. If you don't shake it up enough, it's just going to come out as basically clear. It's going to have zero lubrication to it. All you're throwing out there is aerosol. So what's happening is all the particles are so fine, they sit at the bottom. And they'll sit there. So that's why we have this ball. It shakes up, and you basically set out like a can or a spray paint, which is really why we have it here. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to shake this up as best I can. I'm going to show you.
While he's shaking, I'm going to add this to the thing. Don't forget to get in your hashtag to win your own can of both the products that he's showcasing tonight. So all you have to do is hashtag Mousse Slick on either Facebook or YouTube. All the Instagram users, we are at almost 30 on Instagram now. But, man, please make sure you comment the hashtag on either YouTube or on Facebook. And we're up to 42 on Facebook, too. So definitely love the Christmas vibe here, man. I'm hoping everybody had a great holidays while he's getting ready to shake it up. But, definitely get in on the giveaway. With how many yeah, like I said on Instagram, I see the comments coming in now. Unfortunately, Instagram does not show up in the feed and doesn't count toward your entries. So if you see that you're typing it into Instagram and the Moose Lake entries is not increasing, that is the reason why. I do apologize for that. We're hoping soon that will be fixed, but we are trying to go to more platforms so everybody's comments will be fed into our feed, which will be super cool because the amount of stuff that me and Tyler have been doing, it definitely will be cool to see. All right, you ready?
Hey, we're going. Okay, so what I'm doing here, so these are the gears, the spur and pinion gear for the center diff. And you may be saying, hey, why you said you're not doing the graphite for the rear diff? Well, we're going to do it for the center diff, just to again give it a little less friction, but still give us proper lubrication. So you can see here, goes on just like a paint, dries extremely fast. You can probably see it as it's drying.
Oh yeah,
I'm holding it.
Yeah, you can already see it. It's starting to like kind of like get that dark.
Yeah,
yeah, looks awesome.
Yeah, so it's gonna come out. So, and I'll give you another little tip here. So when you want to do a couple test sprays, right? So see how it dries fairly quickly. You want to make sure it's coming out black. It's not coming out clear. It's not even coming out gray. You need to have it come out black. That's really what makes it work. If it's not doing this, then you're just wasting product and it's not properly lubricating your part. So just keep that in mind. But I mean, you can already see this thing's already starting to really fully cure. I mean, the pinion gear is essentially dry.
That was quick.
Yeah, very quick. So you definitely want to let it dry, more than just 5 minutes. You definitely want to let it properly cure. You don't need a lot. You just need a little bit. Just kind of evenly coat everything, and you're ready to go once it cures.
Nice. And I love that you did it on the center one because it is exposed. And I feel that the center one would be a little bit easier to get to reapply if you need more. So
yeah, definitely
a good spot to have the graphite, and seeing how big everything is. Like that's a proper looking diff. Is that aluminum?
Oh, it's big. What's that?
That's an aluminum housing too?
It is.
Wow.
So yeah, the reason I wanted to show you the aluminum housing is, cool red, right?
Yeah.
I took the gear off because I don't want to get this housing painted black. Gotcha. Right. So when you're using the ultrafine graphite coating, it's going to get everything black. You can rub it off. But why do that? Right. Go the extra step, mask it off, take it apart. When I was actually going to do that, I started masking this off and I'm like, you know what? I'll just unscrew it. It's not that big a deal. Because I didn't want to get this. So it's a little bit different. When you throw on the ultralight grease coating, you can just kind of rub it off. It comes out as like a creamy, clear type of liquid. Same with the oils and stuff like that. It's way of a different. It's a much different product. So you got to treat it way different than anything else, which is basically protecting your parts and protecting your accessories outside of the RC.
Yeah, a little bit of prep time goes a long way. People don't understand that it definitely helps out and ensures that you're going to get the proper coverage that you need where you need it, and no overspray or wrecking of crucial parts, especially when you're paying extra to have that cool anodized aluminum. You don't want that wrecked at all. So
100%.
Up next, these stock tires and rims look pretty cool.
Yeah, well, the white lettering's awesome. These things are so cool. It's just a cool looking tire. And so basically what this is these are the hub assemblies, right? And hub assemblies are inside here. But what I'm doing here is I wanted to show you. So this one in my right hand has been treated with Moose Lake ultrafine grease and also the Moose Lake ultra light oil. I'm not saying this right because I'm messing this up. Ultra thin oil, excuse me. So what I want to do is kind of show you a little bit of a difference on how you spin. So this thing has been fully treated, bearings and the diff cups, and just kind of wanted to show you, a light turn, how smooth everything goes. Right? Nice. So this is the treated one. This is the untreated. And I will say it's not, it's not like it's junk or anything like that. but you can kind of see how it doesn't slow down as it slows down pretty quick, right? So which means it's not really flowing as nicely as the treated one with the ultra thin oil. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this apart and show you how I did that, and show you the parts that I use, so that way you can kind of show for yourself. And really what we're doing here is making sure, you know, we are disassembling this guy once before I run it for its initial part, you know, its initial drive. And then 2, Adam is going to take it and basically clean up my mess and then get it ready for the next, you know, its next owner. So, you know, basically taking, you know, and I'll say we've been, you know, taking this thing apart and finding, you know, issues such as, you know, screws that have been Loctited together and hard to remove. And I've been fighting that battle for a few days. And it's, you know, it's okay to do, because ultimately we're helping the next person out, because they are not going to have to mess with this. We'll deal with the stuff, and you guys can, you know, share in the you know, the benefit of everything that we've had to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely be a huge benefit for sure, because you're going to have this with no issues whatsoever, right?
Let me grab a tool real quick that I forgot. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I use a 17 mil wheel wrench with a hole all the way through it. If you have one of those in your pit bags, me being an 8 scale guy, I have that right on tap. Mine's right here. Here, let me see if I can give it to him virtually. Here's what I use right here.
This is.
And it's got the hole right here for the screw, and then you put it on, and it actually goes on there, and it'll.
That's what
size. There you go. Now you can get the pin out.
This is what it is. I had this out before because I was fighting with this thing earlier today. So, anyways, Loctite sometimes can be your friend, and sometimes it cannot be your friend. And it has not been my friend recently, but we're going to make this thing good, so that way the next person doesn't have to mess with it.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Ghost was asking, do you have any tips on removing the seals off the bearings before you spray and coat them and protect them?
You know, I don't do that. And I'll tell you why, is because I feel like the ultra thin oil, if you let it penetrate, it's going to do the job for you. Now, I may be in the minority for that, but I don't personally do that. Now, if I found something that was super dirty and needed to be done, maybe, but for something like this, I'm not gonna do that. So what we're gonna do here, so I've got the dog bone cup, I've got a couple bearings here, and some other parts. Set these to the side here. And so this is what I'm going to treat here. So I'm going to do 2 different things. One, I'm going to treat the bearings. I'm going to do that first. And I'm going to shake up. So using your ultra thin oil with PTFE, and so the PTFE is essentially, it's a Teflon. So what it's doing is, you're using the oil to penetrate into these ball bearings, get everything really lubricated very well, and then the PTFE is going to stay on there longer, because eventually, the oil is going to wear out, but the PTFE will leave a permanent lubrication on there, so your bearings are always going to be better than when you left them, regardless if you're applying this, after every run or every time you clean it. So it's just like an added piece of protection. So I'm going to shake this up here, and so what's really going to get into these seals, Mr. Ghost, is the penetration of this this oil. So you're going to see as it foams, it's going to penetrate through here, and I'm going to let it sit. So that way it's you're not going to want to run this. You're probably going to at least want to leave it cure for about 12 hours. And I'll show you.
If you can let it sit overnight, that's perfect.
Yeah. So I got a little there.
Man, getting better at that.
Oh man! Well, I'm telling you, it's the thumb action. It does help. It does help. Even doing it with your. I don't know what it is. I mean, for 45 years, I've been doing it like this, and then here I'm doing it like this now, and it's a lot it's a lot more controllable. And so, I mean, especially with these types of cans, it has, a variable pressure nozzle on there. So that way you can get, the right amount of pressure. I mean, if you just ram it and just go, I don't even want to do it. So, I mean, you're just wasting product. And it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I'll flip these over here.
Ooh, almost perfect on the second one.
That big one's hard, man. That's a hard one to do. So you guys see how it penetrates, right? And so, what it's doing is it's working its magic in through the seals and just kind of getting itself set in. So let it sit there, for at least 12, 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and reassemble this thing now just so you see how it works. But, for the TV viewing folks. But before I do that, I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to bust out the ultra fine graphite coating spray, just like I did for the gears. Set these to the side. Shake this thing up because, I mean, all of our stuff, you got to shake it all up.
If you don't shake it, you're wasting the product, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Mr. Ghost, I actually have the demo right here. And this is what I basically taught my kids. And it's so easy to do. And you don't want to break the tip of your knife here. And all I do, I just come in at a little bit of an angle. And you want to get just underneath it and use the flat end of the blade so you don't actually cut the seal. Because you don't want to cut the seal, sorry. And what you want to do is inside, you'll see where the race is. And you want to make sure that when you're getting the tip in, that's the only thing that can actually break the tip inside there. And then when you go to repress the seal back on, obviously you can get it all the way back in, making it nice and easy. But I'm going to be cleaning these a little bit later and reapplying all the ultralight oil with PTFE for sure. But not too bad. And Steve has a tip for the ones with the metal shield on them. They have a small clip on them that has to be removed first. Rubber seals are very easy. For both, he uses a hobby knife, rubber seal from the outside, just barely lift the seal and work the knife around. Metal, he uses the thumb on the opposite side of the clip to hold it in place while lifting the clip up. So awesome tips
nice.
There. Yeah. And I've seen him
Steve.
go through and redo his stuff at the track, always keeping it clean. But yeah, the PTFE does definitely have an extra additive in it. That's a rubber sealed bearing. Yeah, mine are just the rubber sealed ones. I did not have the steel. Yeah, even if you have a broken tip, it's not that bad.
So you can see I sprayed this with the ultra fine graphite coating, and it's essentially dry already. So dries super quick. And this is going to basically give me, some lubrication in a part that I don't take apart that often, right? So we're going to have this in here. And this isn't really a part you need to relubricate a ton. You can actually, while it's assembled, you could actually spray directly into this receiver. And that's really where you're going to need most of your lubrication at. So let's go ahead and put this guy back together here. So got my bearings here. And I will say, spraying bearings with the oil is so much easier to reassemble sometimes, because sometimes stuff just gets in plastic. It's not hard, but man, sometimes some of these brass parts, it gets so difficult to put them back into, the bearing part, because they're just so tight.
Good and tight, right?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's very tough. So actually, it's nice to have a little bit more lubrication for them to fit right back where they belong.
So basically, as he's getting the hub ready to reinstall, he's just putting the grub screw back in to hold the pin in place. And the cool thing about this type of setup is the 8th scale rim actually helps hold it in place as well. And I'm hoping he's using blue.
Of course.
Yeah, because man, I don't.
Yes.
The nightmare if you use the wrong one is definitely no good.
Yeah, and sometimes the nightmare, whether it be like the factory, they sometimes love to put too much on there. I've found that out, but we're going to work through that. But it's always nice to know. Oh, that's way too much there. Take a little bit of that off there.
Yeah, just a dabble do you, man. Like all you need is a little bit on the
edge. Yeah, don't get wild with it.
No.
Right? So, just enough to keep it in place. You don't want to make it in there permanently. Nobody wants that.
There you go. Nice and snug.
Fit that in back in here. Obviously, we wouldn't be doing this on the tire like this. Normally, you'd probably have everything assembled. Get that back in here.
Clown Royal, I actually reuse my bearings until I try them out, and then I'll just keep reapplying it. Obviously, I was using the electronics cleaner to clean them out first, and then I'll apply the oil afterwards. But make sure, like he said, you got to let all the evaporants in the electronics cleaner dry out before you apply the oil, or else you'll have contamination there. So please make sure you're doing that, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, you definitely want to take your time. I mean, what I'm doing here is, quick, right? We've got a certain amount of time for the show and all that kind of stuff. So take your time. You don't want to rush this. You just want to make sure you have, the right amount of product. You want to make sure you let it cure. This isn't something you're going to do real quick and then go out to the track. You're not going to do this and then go out, RCing, in the creek or whatever. So, what I do on all of my vehicles, and Adam, I know you do the exact same thing, is, when I get home or the next day, I make sure I go through all my RCs. So you don't want things like, if you get them wet, right? You don't want, your water to sit in your bearings, because all it is going to accumulate rust. And if you let it do that, for one, it's wearing everything out. It's making everything work harder, the next time you use it. And it's just wearing everything out. You're making more work for yourself. And then if you forget about it and you take it out again and all those bearings, I mean, even with, what was I working on? I can't remember. Oh, it was, we were showing some products before. And anyways, I had put them in the ultrasonic cleaner. It was bearings. Put in the ultrasonic cleaner with Mu-Clean cleaner degreaser. And I set them after the show. I think I set them on this mat actually, and left them there for a couple of days. True is everything is they were rusted, and that had Mu-Clean cleaner degreaser on them, and obviously mixed with water, but they were still rusted. So the cool thing is I took the ultra thin oil, sprayed it in there, worked it through there, and worked all of that rust out of there, and actually used some cleaner degreaser to get all of that out of there. So I had to go through the whole process again. But the good thing is I caught it before I put it back in the truck. So if you would have not put it back, not caught that, and meaning that you run your car through a puddle, creek, whatever, and then you just let it sit there in the garage, or you let it sit there in your car, or whatever, you're not going to know that it's rusted up because everything's hidden. Right. So you got to take the time, go through these RCs, degrease them, clean them, and then re-lubricate them every time.
Yeah, Steve just gave us another great tip. Using a bearing sizer helps when cleaning as well. Spray the electronics cleaner and spray on the bearing and the bearing sizer, and then apply the PTFE. And he's just saying because it keeps it true as you're actually working it in, and stuff take off both the seals, you'll actually blow all the dirt and contaminants out. And then when you reapply the oil, you'll have a clean working surface to go. Now, some people that are into extreme crawling that we saw, because I got introduced to a whole bunch of new levels of dirt. I call my kids getting their cars dusty because of crawling. You guys actually get your stuff dirty. So at crawling events, I actually saw some of the guys tell me that they were spraying in the grease into the bearings, resealing them. That way, when they do go through the creeks and do go through the water, they felt that the grease had a little bit better protection on the bearings than just the oil itself. So take that for what it's worth, but I appreciate the tips that they were giving me, and I have to assume that it's a pretty good tip. Now, for performance, I don't recommend that. Obviously, you guys know what I'm going for, but definitely super cool that you can do that to help waterproof, or at least help contribute to protecting your bearings.
Yeah, I mean, udder butter is a waterproof grease, and don't be confused that if you put it on something, it waterproofs it. It just means that water is not going to dilute it, which, to Adam's point in that story, is putting udder butter in your bearings is going to help. It's not going to go away and get flushed out by the water, and it's going to stay in there longer.
A little bit better protection. It'd be like IPX90 instead of the 60.
And it's like, and that's the cool thing about the CowRC products is there's not only one way to use things. We just talked about how to do your diffs, right? Yeah. We talked about 3 different ways to lubricate diff. You can use udder butter, you can use ultra light grease, or you can use our ultra fine graphite coating. All 3 will work, but they work in different ways and they have different performance characteristics. So if you're looking to, run land speed records with your Limitless, go with the ultra fine graphite coating. Yeah. If you're looking to, run it fast, but you don't want to maintain it every single time you run it, you go with the ultralight grease. If you want to let it run for a long, long time, but kind of sacrifice some of the performance and speed, the udder butter is the way to do it. So it just kind of depends on what kind of time, what's your goal. And obviously your RC that you have, every RC is different, from crawlers to, chuggies to nitro, all that stuff.
Boats, the whole all gamut. Different. Yeah. And the cool thing is hearing from you guys, the users, on how you guys actually use the product is awesome, because without your guys' help, we wouldn't have learned some of the tips and tricks that we've learned, and we love sharing them. So if we get like a banger on the fan page or on any of the social media outlets, we want to share it with you. And when you guys come up with awesome comments and stuff like that, and some of the tips that you guys have been mentioning today, we like to talk about it, bring it up on the screen, and it just helps the community grow and get to that next level and better use the CowRC products for the way that they were meant to be, the users.
100%. Yeah, it's neat to hear other people's, and people have been mixing, udder butter, or people mixing udder butter and oil, to get that kind of a happy medium instead of the ultralight grease. There's a lot of different ways. We're learning, you guys are learning, and that's why CowRC really keeps really evolving, adding more products, basically. Right?
Yeah. So, okay, we are actually up on the hour. I want to give you guys, a few minutes. We have over 100 viewers and only 42 entries. Again, I apologize. Instagram viewers, you got to come over to either Facebook or YouTube to get in on the prize winning. And I think we should probably give away the grease first and then save the best for last. Because, man, my new jam has been that graphite. And I also have a booth set up similar to yours, because without having that booth to protect your stuff, you definitely want to make sure that you're good to go. All right. So first up, we're going to do the grease, the mousse.
Yep. Ultralight grease.
There you go. I'm going to go to the draw here. Everybody, good luck. Oh, got it last minute. Good luck, everybody. Oh, man. Kat, just reach out to me and we will hook you up with the ultralight grease. And what a great win, because I know that you could definitely use some of the products. And I know you have used multiple CowRC products in the past, and love helping to see you win that. Congrats. All right. Up next,
congratulations,
is the graphite. Good luck, everybody. Right. Here we go. Walter Carpenter. Congratulations, man. Cool. Actually, I don't think he's won before. So
I don't think so either.
To either myself or Tyler via Facebook, and just get us your information, and we will definitely hook you up. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And, man, I got to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
The holiday show, I wasn't sure how many people we were going to get, but you guys have showed us why we love doing this show. Everybody showed out in spades, and man, I couldn't be more happy. I'm super stoked to get my hands on this Arrma. I know Tyler got it first, and now I kind of know how he felt. Well, I got to do all the cool stuff and working on it and wrenching on it, and now I'm just in the background twiddling my thumbs waiting to get it shipped to me. So definitely looking forward to it. But don't forget, you can get your tickets up here on the QR code, and the charity build is over on Tyler's side. But man, awesome time. We will see you guys in 2 short weeks. And if you have any questions, just hit me up on any of the social medias, and I will definitely help point you in the right direction. And if I don't know, I will find somebody that does. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you guys in 2026.
See everybody.